Hey guys, today is Saturday, October the 29th of 2022, and I wanted to do my market recap video since I haven't done it in a while. So without any further delay, let's get into it. I'm going to start out with the dollar. As you can see, we have a Tom D Mark 9th candle here on the weekly chart. Possible turning point? Yeah, it could be. We got a PPS sell signal. The trend is still up. You can see linear regression channels are pointing up above the 20, the 50. Kumo cloud is positive. But look down here. Look at these little humps. As prices go higher, right there. It's gets weaker on the MACD. So something you want to pay attention to. On the daily, you can see that it's getting choppy. I've been saying that 113 was the target, and you can see that we pierced it, kind of fluctuated above it. Now it's below it, but you're finding a lot of support right here because the linear regression channel. You got the Kumo cloud base. It's kind of like a 50% level right there. And the value area low is 108. And the point of control is 112. Value area high is 113. So it's going to chop around here. I'm looking at the COT report. So I'm waiting for a confirmation on the commercials that they're going to start buying. But as of now, I haven't seen it yet. But just keep an eye on the dollar. The euro is kind of like inverse. You see that it hit 95. Got a nice little pop. It's doing the opposite of the dollar. And the value area low is like 96.6. You almost got out of the cloud above. This is a good level to keep an eye on, 99.50. That's the 50% right there. Good level to watch. If we could get out of the cloud, maybe that's an early sign that maybe the dollar is probably going to stall. But you look at the dollar on the daily, and it hasn't even touched the cloud yet, but getting some momentum to the upside, bouncing off the linear regression channel, and here on the euro is finding resistance on the linear regression channel and at the top of the value area high. So interesting. Intel looks like they for some reason their quarter wasn't that bad, but we all know that wasn't going to be surprising for us because we knew the cycles were now bottoming out and now the cycles are going up. As a disclaimer, I'm long Intel, so just FYI. You can see that we got a positive MACD. The last 3 weeks have been positive in regards to volume. We just got a PPS buy signal here. And we hitting some turbulence. We hit the 50 at the top of the linear regression channel. And we got to deal with this cloud and this $30 level. So those are the things you got to watch. Look at that. The bears try to trap them. Trap the bulls, and then the bulls came back and just snapped back and just ripped their head off. Look at that nice pop. So be careful if you're short now, because the cycles now are in the bulls' favor. UEC is just chop fest. You can see it back and forth within the cloud. Linear regression channels like kind of slanted up but going sideways. And this is a weekly chart, and you can see that we've just been going pretty much nowhere. So it's just chop fest for me. The high was $6.60. Interesting. Yeah, it's chop fest. Nothing to talk about there. CCJ, interesting. We broke the weekly cloud for the first time since March 18, 2020. So that's interesting. And now we're trying to retrace back. We fill the gap right here. And we're at the point of control, which is at 25.54. Value area high is 29. Now, this is a strong level right here, 26.16. And you got the 50. So if it's going to get to Momo, it has to be probably next week. If it's going to build up and push higher. You can see on the weekly linear regression channels are going sideways, and I'm using what, a year? 3 years actually, and it's just chop, just chop. Doesn't want to go down, doesn't want to go up, it's going sideways. DNN, same thing, chop fest. Moving the cloud. Kind of looks like UEC, chop fest. AppHarvest, one of the worst trades that I have done. And I've done a lot, but this one wasn't that great. One of the challenging things about trading a stock that just started trading is that sometimes cycles work, sometimes they don't, but most of the times they don't. And I was betting that it would work, but it didn't work out. And it pushed all the way to $1.50. Haven't been buying, no, haven't been accumulating, I've just been watching it. I'll start accumulating it if it gets above $7 or buying more, but I'm still long, but I'm in the red. And is there anything positive here on the weekly? This is the only thing positive. And I have to look into it more, but you can see that it kind of got strength, pulled back, strength, pulled back, making lower lows and lower highs. And now we got this low here. Is this the low and now we're going to go up? I don't know. I have to look at the cycles and everything, but you know, the cycles haven't been working out on this stock, so it hasn't been a great trade. But in regards to long term, that's what I'm looking at. So I'm going to hold this on for a while. So am I negative? Yes. Will be a loss if I close my position, but I haven't, so I'm still hanging in there. Hive, just been basing, got this pop. I haven't made a new low, but haven't done a new high. 753 is the resistance point. Midterm, short term, still negative. So just kind of been going sideways now since June. SMR, someone recommended it on YouTube. I told him if I was to get into it, it'll probably be somewhere around $10 if it ever gets to this level, or maybe 8, very low. You can see that. I guess when I was covering back then, it was somewhere around here, and I was telling them not to buy it. Wait for it to get down here, $9, 10, or maybe 8, and then nibble at it. But you can see short term, we're below the cloud, chopping around the 200 SMA, so it could probably push lower. But you know, the same thing. It's a brand new stock, you know, or close, and it's just, you know, in discovery mode. So it's kind of hard to, you know, once you got 5, 10, 25 years like CCJ or like Intel, a couple of years down your belt, then you could kind of forecast it better. But it's kind of hard when it's a brand new one. Uranium royalty, same thing. Kind of like chop, more weaker. Another brand new stock. Crude oil is interesting. I have a target of 95, and I think it's gonna fight and kind of get up there. It chopped around the 50 SMA, and it pulled back, but I think it's gonna try to go up there and maybe fight this cloud. As you can see, it came down 76, popped, pulled back. And if this is going to be your third wave, it's going to have to get out of the cloud and close above 89 on the daily. Once that happens, I think that's going to pick up speed and shoot higher. But that's what I'm looking at in regards to crude oil. This is going to be the battle zone right here, 96. Gold. I've been telling my followers, I don't think it's not the time to go long on gold. You failed the 200 on the SMA. on the weekly, very critical. So be cautious if you're, buying the dip here, because it could push lower. Linear regression channel. I mean, everything is pretty negative on the weekly and on the daily. Just a lot of pops and then a lot of fade outs. So be cautious here. Natural gas. Good area to buy right here. So if you got in, that could probably be a good, even if it's going to be a swing trade. I haven't looked at the cycles on this one, so I can't really say too much. But in regards to short term, is negative. Midterm is holding here, some crucial, but it was about to bust the cloud. So you got to be careful. This is going to be a key level. That's $6.77. But this is a good area if you wanted to go long and just speculate. Silver, same thing, chop fest. But a little more on the weaker side. Has been chopping around below the value area low of $20 and below the 200. So just going back and forth. I wouldn't invest in it yet. Bitcoin basing, pretty much. Just chopping from my 18 to 25, just back and forth, oscillating. Looks like now maybe got a Tom D mark here, 9th, and PPS buy signal, so it'll be interesting. But it'll probably be short-lived once it hits 25. And it looks like you're about to get into the cloud. So it could get a little while. You can see that the linear regression channel has been going sideways. So value area is above value, point of control. Value area high will be that 2180. So this area right here is going to be all resistance. Ethereum, same thing. Low of 994, high of 2019. Just chopping, and now you just got a buy signal on the weekly, but risky because you're below the cloud. And here you're about to bust the cloud, but the linear regression channel caught you. So you've been 3 days there struggling. Value area high is 1667, and you got the top of the cloud here, 1616. So you got to be cautious here. But if it's gonna pop, it's gonna do it with speed and strength, or it's gonna pull back and then fight into the cloud and then pop, and then that'd probably be a better in regards to probability where it's gonna continue going up. But right now it's kind of risky. I think that's it, and I think I covered the euro. So I think that's it for my market recap. Hopefully you like this video. I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the markets.